All right, so I see you made it over to this video. Stay tuned for some really good tips, things that I wish I would have known a little bit sooner to just help me get on track quicker. All right, let's jump into the video. So one of them is this right here. You ever watch a video and you see the person talking and they're doing their makeup and they have all this headspace from here to here that's like showing? You see the difference? So from being down there to being up here. So I think that's something you have to be very, very conscious of. One of the things that will help you achieve this is one, if you have a monitor, some kind of monitor. So whether you're using a used TV, maybe you can find one at the thrift store that accepts HDMI cords. You'll have to make sure that your camera also has a HDMI port on it that'll allow you to connect to something else. So whether you're connecting to a laptop, a computer, desktop, so just stuff like that. But you have to do your research because it's based on your camera. All right. Now, if you're using your cell phone, you should have it right there in front of you where you can see yourself. So you should be able to see and be able to adjust your height accordingly. The next one is the importance of having a couple of tripod options available for your camera. Of course, make sure the tripod, especially the smaller you go, it's able to hold the weight of your camera so your camera doesn't go tipping over and then you go breaking the lens. You don't want to do that. So I have a couple of tripods here, or things that I use as tripods. So you can use a light stand. Light stands, a lot of times you can buy an additional attachment so you can be able to mount your camera onto it. This one is a small one I own. It's not the tallest. It's pretty, it has long legs. It extends out. But the thing I love about this particular tripod is because it's easy and convenient to put on my desk and I can still record myself. And it's about, a good height where I can put it closer to my face and it doesn't look awkward. So I love this tripod for that. You could use it as a jig if you are also into vlogging as well and you want to work on stabilizing your camera a little bit more. Sometimes you just need something to hold it and your hand be on the other part to really help to stabilize it. All right. And another tripod setup that I have as well is this little guy right here. I got it from Amazon. This is more for cell phones. I love this little piece too. This is an additional piece. It didn't come with this tripod right here. If you want to do recordings for IG stories or IGTV, this is great for that. Or you can turn it sideways and record, put your cell phone in there that way, horizontally. And it'll allow you to record and do makeup tutorials or whatever it is you're doing. And the other cool thing about this as well is you can take this and put this on a tripod because of this little area right here. So yeah, and then the other cool thing is too, you can also use this as a jig to control your movement if you're recording going in the store, if you're doing follow me arounds or shop with me type videos or any kind of vlog videos. You can use this as well to hold your cell phone and help stabilize your movement as well. And there's a lot of videos out there on that about how to stabilize by putting your elbows into your side and then holding whatever you're holding so there's less shake. One of the biggest issues that I've had here on YouTube, and it's taken me a while to realize, no matter what camera I've used, whether it's been my past 3 cameras that I've owned or my cell phone to do the recording, 2 of the key things I feel like will mess you up is lighting. No matter, I don't care what you're using. You can be using the most expensive camera possible. If you don't take time to understand properly lighting the setting that you're in, the room that you're in, the video quality is always going to look poor. A lot of cameras, their lens depends on proper, adequate lighting and lighting from different angles. And the other thing that's very important is making sure that whatever camera, and this is specifically to cameras because cell phones, they'll adjust. They usually look pretty good once the lighting is correct for the most part. If you're looking to upgrade your look for YouTube, I would say make sure whatever camera you're getting, it has the capability for you to manually white balance your video. Highly important. The last camera I had, even though it was quite a nice camera, one of the features, it was missing a couple of features. It didn't have Wi-Fi capability, which makes it easy, especially if it has an app. This camera right here has an app. So investing in a camera that will be able to do certain things, I would say take your time. There are affordable cameras out there that you can use where it has a monitor that you can see yourself if you don't have a television to see yourself. It has apps that you can put onto your phone that you can easily control it from the cell phone. And that's one of the best things I think I could have ever done for myself. And especially having a camera that will not shut off on you during recording unless the battery goes dead. Then, you know, hey, it is what it is. They do have battery packs that you can buy and put it onto the camera, so you don't have to worry about changing. You just have to make sure you charge all the batteries. So let's go into the next one. The next one is consider hair lights. About 2 years ago, when I started doing the black background in my video, that was one of the biggest struggles with a black background, is making sure the background stays looking black. Like, you don't see the wrinkled cloth background in the back, because there's like a little science to it, and there's videos out there on there. But I want to say one of the biggest things that made a difference and separated me from the black background, or like in this case, it separated me from my backdrop here, is lighting my backdrop up so this doesn't look all bright in front of me, and then behind me it's like nothing but shadow casting. It's an easy thing to resolve. It's nothing that's hard. There's different ways to do. Before, I had a light box that was sitting up this way and it was shining down on the back of my head. And you'll see that a lot if you watch Nikki tutorials and a few other YouTubers, but I specifically noticed it with Nikki tutorials. If you look at her video, she definitely has hair light on the back of her head, and it has to come from behind. So you have to make sure with that type of setup, you have to make sure you have the room to do it. That's the only issue I would see with that. That's why I kind of switched up from doing it. It takes a lot of space to be able to accomplish that. So if you don't have that type of space, I would recommend not doing the hair light, but doing the light behind you. And this is what I'm using. It's basically you can tilt it however you want. You can use it as a hair light if you like. Like, I could put it up there and have it bounce down, but I prefer this look better. I think this look looks a little bit more dramatic. And these are LED lights. So the cool thing about this is it won't use up that much electricity, and that also means it won't have your room feeling nice and hot. And trust me, I've been there, done that, spent the money on it, not interested. Even if this tips over, you don't have to worry about the lights breaking because they're LED lights. You can put batteries in here as well. So maybe if, I don't know, if you do more than just this, you want to take your lights with you. But this one plugs into the wall as well. You can even change the light color. And all I do is just tilt it up so it can create that circular look. Because if I just do it straight, it will kind of be more square. And there you go. So I definitely recommend that. And the cool thing about that too, it comes with a plastic diffuser as well. If you don't know what a diffuser is just something that softens the light. You also use other gels as well, colored gels. This one is so important. I see a couple of YouTubers struggling with this on YouTube. Well, probably not a couple, quite a few. Which is the importance of having a mic. I use 2 mics. It depends on the situation. Like I said, this camera is like 2 arm lengths away. That's far. It's very, very far away for me not to have a mic on the camera and only depend on the internal mic. Your audio would never sound great if it's that far away. So for this case, because it's even further away, I use a different mic, and that's this little buddy right here. It's connected to my camera. It's a really nice long cord. I also bought an extension piece as well. You can clip it on. It's up to you. You can clip it on you, but I don't clip it on me. I have like my, makeup stuff here. So I just clip it on, make sure the mic is facing forward towards me and in the direction of where I'm speaking. And I know people don't think about that, but it's very important that wherever you're talking, your mic should be in that direction to receive your voice, if that makes sense. The other mic that I use is a Rode mic. It's the mini one. That one is also dope. I use that when I do videography. And I'm trying to just capture the essence around me. So say, for example, if you're vlogging and you're going somewhere, you have a camera that you use for vlogging, and it can accept, it has a mic input. That's the other thing about the cameras. You have to make sure it has a mic input. Not all cameras have that. So there's a lot of things you have to take into consideration when you're searching for a good camera. And this one right here, for the price point, for the quality, the fact that it doesn't stop recording on me after 10 to 30 minutes, just the list goes on and on for why I love this. This is one of the best investments I ever made when I purchased this Lumix camera. is just the bomb. And then another piece alternative you could get as well is investing in, let me go get it. If you have issues with other equipment, other frequencies in the room, and equipment could be television, radio, AC unit, radiator, heater, things like that. Those other things give off different frequencies. And the last thing you want to do is have a humming type noise in your video. I would recommend one of these right here. This is a Zoom audio recorder, and this one is the H1. It's pretty affordable. It's under $100. And I bought this additional lava cord. You gotta keep in mind I do videography for a living as well. So one of my things is to make sure I can find solutions to issues that I'm having and making sure I'm ready. Or there's videos out there showing you how to use this thing. I watch them. It's pretty simple. The sound is immaculate. It records for hours. It will tell you if you're running out of hours. It's dope. All right. And then one of the things that I personally love as far as my style of recording goes, and you have to figure out what your style of recording is. I love close-ups. That's why I can't wait to get another lens. And I'm going to talk about that next. It makes a huge difference when you can actually see the swatch of the color up front, and hopefully the lighting isn't too bright, or hopefully your white balance is correct so people can really see the true color and get an idea for themselves if it's something that they want, especially when it comes down to things like foundations or eyeshadow shades that you've been looking for to add to your collection. Things like that really do matter. I personally like close-up because it changes the style of the video. So you're seeing me here from a distance, and then all of a sudden I'm showing you a product up here, and then we're back to here and I'm telling you all about this wonderful product and how it works. It makes it less boring and more entertaining. So it's just something to consider. It depends on the camera you're working with. You may not have a great camera that zooms in. It might have a lot of focus issues. So for you, you may not want to do that. The other thing I do want to talk about is lenses. The game changer for my camera has been this lens right here, and it's called a prime lens. All a prime lens is a camera that has a specific length. You can't zoom in, you can't zoom out. You're just at that length, but the crispiness of it is beautiful, and it also does what's called a bokeh, which is, I actually see it in the background behind me. Behind me looks slightly blurred. And it looks slightly blurred because that is part of the effect of this lens. All right. And then this is just one little thing that I learned by accident, actually, which was when I moved into this space, there was no carpeting in here. So there was a lot of echoing when I first started doing my recordings here on YouTube. When I put up my backdrop on the wall, it was the white furry one. If you've been watching me, you know what I'm talking about. It literally stopped the echo. Like, the echo had lessened like significantly, things like that. And I did also invest in getting a rug as well. Yeah, I found it on OfferUp for like $25. I only needed it to serve this purpose. I needed to be fancy. I just needed to absorb the sound in the room. All right, so I see you made it to the end of the video. I hope that you enjoyed those tips, and I hope you really take them to heart, because that's the thing that I struggle with the most with my YouTube channel is I wasn't taking the things that was being shared, that free content and free information that was being shared. I wasn't taking it seriously and actually going and applying it, like right after learning it, applying it. And the thing is, you'll improve your look and make your channel look like the bigger YouTubers. Because whether we realize it or not, people do gravitate towards things that look good, whether we like it or not. That's just the name of the game. It doesn't mean you need to go breaking bank, but you do need to learn some basic things. And the most basic that you can get down to is having a better thumbnail. Like, it just is. If you're interested in any of these things that I mentioned in this video today, go ahead and click on the links down below. And if you're more so interested in the course, just head down all the way to the bottom of the page and hit the button down below. That'll take you over to my course page.